Have you ever watched a flawlessly executed K-pop music video, or maybe attended one of those massive, completely immersive cosplay events, and just marveled at how effortless it all seems? I mean, every single dance move is perfectly timed, every costume piece catches the light just right, and the visual storytelling is incredibly tight. But, let me shatter that illusion of effortless art for you right now. Behind every single one of those breathtaking moments is a rigorous, highly structured system. So today, in this explainer, we are going to completely unpack the anatomy of a masterpiece. We're going to look specifically at how raw artistic concepts in Asian popular arts are systematically transformed into finished, polished productions.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our syllabus for today's lesson. We'll start with the foundation of creative arts, move into planning and team roles, walk through the 6 production steps, clarify rehearsal versus technical refinement, and end with polishing the final output.
Starting right off with Section 1, the foundation of creative arts, looking at concept and integration. Let's start right at the beginning and build our foundation. We need to talk about integrative creative work. Basically, this means combining multiple disciplines to form a single, coherent experience. In the realm of Asian popular arts, like those massive K-pop productions we talked about, or highly detailed cosplay events, you're never just looking at one discipline. You've got music, fashion, visual design, performance, theater, and video technology all colliding. But here's the thing. The goal isn't just to throw all these elements into a blender and pray for a delicious smoothie. Honestly, that usually just makes a mess. The disciplines actually have to communicate with each other. The fashion must reflect the music. The lighting has to perfectly complement the choreography.
So, how do we ensure all those different disciplines actually communicate? Well, it's all through the concept. The concept is your true foundation. It's the central idea, the core artistic direction that guides absolutely every production choice you make. Without a crystal clear central concept, you might have some incredible individual parts, maybe a fantastic guitar solo or a stunning costume, but the overall presentation is going to completely lack coherence. Before you even think about picking out special effects or materials, you have to determine the message, the mood, and the ultimate purpose. Think of the concept as your anchor, and integration is simply the method we use to tie all those diverse artistic disciplines to that anchor.
Moving on to Section 2, planning and team roles, or what we can call the blueprints of production.
Once your concept is totally locked in, we move to creating our blueprints. Think of this dynamic kind of like planning a massive road trip. Your storyboard is the common map for the entire team. It visually details the scenes, the actions, the camera views, and the exact order of presentation. It tells everyone what is going to happen. Meanwhile, your production roles define your crew. This establishes clear responsibilities. Who's the director, the performer, the camera operator, the choreographer, the designer? This tells you who is making it happen. The absolute crucial point here is that you need both. If your storyboard is vague or your roles aren't clearly assigned, you're going to face immediate delays. But when both your map and your crew are clearly defined, your rehearsals become incredibly coordinated, and you're going to spot production problems so much faster.
Which brings us to Section 3, the 6 production steps, getting us from concept to execution.
Now, let's see how this all builds into the actual timeline. I really want you to pay close attention to this sequence, because skipping a step here is just a recipe for disaster. Step 1, clarify your theme and concept. Who is this for and what are we saying? Step 2, develop that storyboard or event plan so everyone has a shared direction. Step 3, assign those production roles based on your team's strengths. Step 4, prepare materials, music, costumes, and equipment. Step 5, rehearse according to the plan and actively hunt for problems. And finally, Step 6, edit, refine, and conduct a final technical run-through. The reason this specific sequence is so vital is that each stage produces an output required for the very next step. Actually, think about it. It's literally impossible to accurately prepare your camera equipment in Step 4 if you haven't finalized your storyboard in Step 2. It just doesn't work. This sequence isn't just administrative busy work, I promise. It's a highly protective mechanism. When you follow an organized flow, you discover problems while you still have the time and the budget to actually fix them. You catch the errors long before publication or performance day. Pre-production creates a shared direction before you ever spend a dime on studio time or heavy rehearsals. All right, Section 4, rehearsal versus technical refinement. This is the crucible.
As we enter the crucible where our raw material is truly tested, I need to introduce a really critical distinction. Far too many beginners use the terms rehearsal and technical refinement interchangeably, but they are entirely different functions. Rehearsal is all about the performers. It's the repeated practice that coordinates the human elements, testing how the artistic performance works, and locking in the timing.
Technical refinement, on the other hand, is about the environment around those performers. It's the adjustment of non-performance systems, tweaking the lighting, balancing the sound mix, securing the props, checking the camera transitions. Rehearsal exposed the timing flaws, while technical refinement acts as a filter that removes all the distracting impurities from the physical and technical setup. Both are absolutely needed, but they serve completely different purposes.
Let's test this understanding with a real-world scenario. Imagine you're producing a music video. Your dance group's choreography is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, they are hitting every single beat. But when you look at the shot sequence on the monitor, it's a confusing mess. The message just isn't coming across. As the producer, what do you revise first? Do you change the dance, or do you change the camera plan?
So, what's the answer? You fix the storyboard and visual sequence first. This brilliantly illustrates our core philosophy. You do not touch the strongest performance element if the actual problem is the organization of the shots. A phenomenal performance can never overcome a broken narrative sequence. The director must always go back to the concept and the storyboard, reorganize that visual map, and then test again to see if the message is clear.
Finally, Section 5, polishing the final output and developing the producer mindset.
This brings us to the final phase of our lesson. We've planned, we've rehearsed, and we've refined. But before any final presentation, a true professional relies on a production quality checklist. Let's walk through it together. First, do all the artistic elements actually support the original concept? Second, were the roles and deadlines clear? Third, are your transitions, timing, and technical cues consistent? Fourth, and guys, this is incredibly vital when we discuss Asian popular performing and visual arts, are your cultural references accurate and respectful? Cultural integration requires deep respect and accuracy to be meaningful. And finally, is the refined output easily understandable to your intended audience? This checklist isn't just about finding mistakes. It's a tool to help you prioritize which revisions will have the biggest impact on the overall quality of your work.
I want to leave you with this thought. There is a really persistent myth out there that technical refinement only happens at the very end of production. But a true producer's mindset recognizes that refinement is continuous. It happens during planning, during rehearsal, during recording, and editing. If you wait until the very end to look for problems, you're going to end up with last-minute scrambling and deep flaws that you literally cannot fix in time. The goal of creative production is never immediate perfection on the first try. Actually, scratch that. It's more about the willingness of the team to observe the evidence, make adjustments, and rigorously test again. So, as you go out to create or analyze your next project, ask yourself, are you aiming for an impossible first draft perfection, or are you building a resilient system of continuous refinement?